Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Leaf, that's like my art nickname. I'm currently studying illustration at uni and I've just come back from holiday. I was away for 10 days, it was a very nice break. And in this video I'm just going to show you some sketches and drawings that I got up to whilst I was away. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, so here is my sketchbook. It's the same sketchbook I used in my last video. It's where I do all my drawings and sketches at the moment, so I'll show you what I've got up to. Okay, so the first thing I did was some sharks. Please excuse this page here. I did not do that on holiday, that's something else. I started off just trying to do some sharks because I wanted to try and draw sharks for quite a long time. I have found them quite intimidating to draw for some reason. I think it's the shape. I just find the shape quite hard. So it was good practice to start off with drawing some sharks. In this spread, I'm just trying to make the sharks look like more friendly and almost like they're little characters because, let's be honest, I mean, the majority of people don't particularly like sharks. I mean, I understand that, but I like the idea of trying to take an animal that perhaps maybe most people don't particularly like and trying to make them look, well, friendly. Using some colour pencil in there, so yeah. Okay, so in contrast to the friendly sharks, I then decided to draw sharks that aren't very friendly and are more scary looking, which, yeah, you might expect them to be a lot easier to do, and I think they were. So I'll just zoom in here so you can have a look at some of them. Keeping the style loose, just like I did with the crocodiles in my last video, which I will try to remember to link in the description. Moving on, and okay, yes, there's this really cool species of wolf called a maned wolf. It's a very, very weird looking animal. I personally think they're very cool. They have really long legs and are very rare, unfortunately. So they were quite hard to do. I didn't get very far with them, but I enjoyed the challenge of like all the shapes and that. So I started by trying to figure out how I could do these limbs because they're so long. And yeah, keeping it loose. I quite like, which one do I like? Which one do I like? I like this one because it really exaggerates the legs, but I don't know, there's no expression. yeah, not very cartoonish, I suppose. But yeah, those are some maned wolves. Okay, moving on from 4 long legs to 8 legs. Spiders. Very silly looking spiders here. Just zoom in. See, I quite like this one. He's very silly looking. And putting glasses on some of them. I don't know why, but this main one here, he's only got lenses over 2 of his eyes when he has 4 eyes. I don't know why I didn't give him 4 lenses. You know what? Oh well. And this little jump, oh, is that in camera? That's in camera. Little jumping spider there. Well, I don't know, he's meant to be a peacock jumping spider because they are cute. I'm sorry, but they are. So those are some spiders. Okay, so things kind of went a little bit downhill from here. I started off trying to do some frogs, which were much more difficult than I thought they'd be. It's one of those rare moments where the first one that I drew, which is this one here, I'll zoom in, I think that one is my best one. And usually when you're drawing or you're sketching out ideas, your first idea is never your best one, hence why you need to do lots more of ideas before you get to one that you like. But in this case, this frog, he's the best one. Anyway, don't look at that. Bats on this side now. I think they're another animal that some people don't particularly like. I mean, I know a lot of people like frogs, you know, yeah. I just wanted to try frogs because they're just another bit of a quirky animal. But bats in particular, I know that they're not very loved. Maybe. I mean, I quite like them. He's got character. But yeah. Okay. Next page. Okay, so here we have something a little bit different. Dragons. Not long ago I saw the live action of How to Train a Dragon, and not going to discuss it, but let me just say that it made me want to start drawing dragons. So here we are. I did start off with drawing this more realistic one up here, because I think at first I wanted to do more sort of realistic dragons, you know, just to change things a little bit, but no, that didn't work. So lots more silly dragons. Yeah, I'll just zoom in here, sorry. I think this one I took inspiration from the crocodiles that I did. Very similar shape, I just messed up the tail and gave him wings, I suppose. I really like this. I kind of took this tail into another sketch, which I'll show you later. Some of these look absolutely ridiculous, to be honest. There you go. And this little guy's got glasses, because why not? Okay, I think I like these guys. The style is there, there's a lot of character in them. And by the way, as I've been zooming in on these pages, I do apologise if my sketchbook is very grubby. I do spray down every page with hairspray, but you know, there's just some marks that you just can't avoid. This guy was the first one I did. He's carrying, I don't know what he's carrying. I think it's like a basket of vegetables, I don't know. Rockstar dragon, he's probably my favourite. Little dude playing a trumpet, I don't know why. Pirate. And I don't know, maybe this one's like a toddler dragon, I don't know. Flying, watering plant maybe? He's having some trouble carrying a birthday cake. This one was quite vicious because I think most of them, or some of them, were quite friendly and cute, so I changed things up with this guy, and he's cool. He's just got shades on. He's cool. Okay, is that the last of the dragons? Nope, of course it's not. Wizard dragons. So I started off with this fella who's in a kind of like a typical little wizard. But I wanted to move away from that. By the way, let me just clear my voice at the moment. Okay, so yeah, for some of them, I wanted to move away from that typical kind of wizard look. Like, I don't know, but this guy, He's holding a massive, massive magic staff thing. I don't know. But you know, this fella down here, he doesn't look very wizardish, but he's got a staff. I don't know. This one I quite like. He's meant to have some kind of magic orb he's holding, but I don't know. He's got like a turban on his head, but you know, most of these are just sketches and doodles. He's got some magic. I like this one. He has an absolute massive hat and you cannot see his face. Okay. I also like this one. I mean, I think he's really struggling to learn a spell. Or he's just struggling to be a wizard. He's not having the best of times. And yes, we don't look at this one because it's horrible. I'm just kidding. I will show the good and the bad. It shows the whole reality of it. I don't like that one that much. I mean, should have made the shape a bit better, but hey ho. Okay, I think at this point I was a bit brain dead and I was kind of struggling as to what to draw. This is so grubby. But yeah, bees. I remember a long time ago I drew a bee kind of like in this style and I quite liked it, so I was trying to lean into that more. Please excuse this dragon up here. Didn't really know what I wanted to do on this page. Some of them I like, some of them I don't like. Kind of like this one, just bringing in a little bit of colour. Obviously I know bees don't necessarily have orange in them, but it's fine. This fella's like a flying pom-pom. He's fine. And sometimes bees apparently just fall asleep, like with their heads in flowers. So yeah, he's just asleep in there. Okay, yeah, so here again, I was still a little bit brain dead, but I wanted to draw or have a go at drawing some giraffe weevils on this side. If you don't know what they are, they're, how can I explain it? They basically look like a beetle that's got like a red back, but a really, really long black neck and black legs and stuff, hence the name giraffe. They're a quirky looking bug. So I was trying to play around with them and making the neck look absolutely ridiculous. But yes. And here's the sketch of the dragon that I mentioned earlier. If I go back a second, I mentioned this tail here. I really liked it, so I tried to include it sort of in this one. So I'll just zoom in there. I wanted to try and include some more pattern, like bring in more pattern with some of these sketches, but I don't know how successful it was with this one. I'm kind of worried that I might have overdone it a bit. I don't know, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't work. Hey, it's just a sketchbook after all. Okay, so I went to a like an animal park in Spain. It was basically like a zoo, but it was a really good one. So I kind of drew some of my favourite things that I saw. I have crocodile. Actually, let me just go through them. Doo-diddle-doo. Flamingo, crocodile, baby pig thing called a humbug, grey crowned crane, binturong, tiger, some sort of stingray, otter, giant tortoise, the world's largest pigeon, monkey, bat, Komodo dragon. Yay! Now my ideas started to come back to me, and my friend suggested that I do a seal. So, a page of seals. These were quite fun. I mean, I'll just zoom in here. Started off really simple, playing around with like pattern and texture again. I mean, look at that face. It's very loose, but I think it's got a lot of character. So there's some seals. It's really cool as to like what poses and positions they can get into underwater, how they turn their bodies, so I was just trying to do a lot of curves. Okay, this is just me playing around now. I didn't really know what I kind of wanted to draw. Started off doing some dogs, imagining how I might collage them, and do excuse Bluey at the bottom. Yeah, well, she's just there. Moth character, and for some reason I wanted to start sketching buildings. I'm not really sure why. It's not really something that I like doing, but I think because it's not something that I would necessarily choose to just draw or sketch or whatever, I thought, well, you know what, it's about time I give it a go. So, yes. And the final page, yeah, do excuse the rats. The rats I did after I came back, but they're there. This sort of dragon server guy, he's got some drinks there. Another dragon. This cat. Okay, he's just there. And some more buildings at the bottom there. Okay, so that's everything that I've been up to in this sketchbook whilst I was away. And now, I'm gonna get on with the rest of the video and do some more drawing. Yay! So here I am just drawing some moths. I found this really cool moth when I was away, and I just thought to myself, you know what, you've got to draw that moth when you come back. It's called what was it called? A striped hawk moth, I think. Anyway, I had some reference images up on my iPad, and yeah, just tried to start drawing some, basically. Keeping the style very loose, trying to bring in some pen here and there, just playing around with materials and seeing how I can get some character to come across in these insects. Yeah, so let's see how we get on. Okay, so here are the finished moths. I'll be honest, they were quite hard to do. I've not done that many insects in my book so far, and so these were a challenge. A fun one, but a challenge. Some of them I think came across pretty good. I don't think some of them look too bad. Others, it's a bit, ouch, what is that? Yeah, some of them not that great, some of them good, but hey. Just to finish off this video, here is some of my other illustrations and my other artwork. If you like what you see here, please consider following me on Instagram, where you can see my final pieces, or you can follow me on TikTok, where I'll be showing a lot more sketchbook stuff. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, then please consider subscribing to my channel. Any support with my artwork and my art journey will be very much appreciated. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye!